India's largest conglomerate, Reliance Industries, made Sunday a super solar sweep with a big bang entry into the solar power market, global and domestic. Reliance picked up a stake in Sterling & Wilson from the Shapoorji Pallonji Group and also bought Europe-based REC Global from its Chinese parent. The move not only secures a place for RIL in the solar power race, but would also help India achieve green energy independence.
Among the grand plans announced by Mukesh Ambani in the Reliance Industry AGM was a massive push involving tens of thousands of crores of rupees of investments into green energy. Included in this were 4 proposed giga solar factories in the Jamnagar complex. Now in its next move, RIL has snapped up Norway-headquartered REC Global from China National Chemical Corporation for around 5,800 crore rupees. Later in the evening this past Sunday, the company also announced the acquisition of a 40% stake. That is, if its open offer is fully subscribed. In solar power equipment maker Sterling & Wilson for around 3,630 crore rupees. REC Global brings with it 3 factories in Norway and Singapore producing solar equipment. The company is in the process of setting up plants in the US and France to expand its production of solar cells and solar modules. Important because of near monopoly China currently enjoys in the field. Currently 80% of world solar manufacturing supply chain runs through China. Manufacturing of 78% of all solar cells, 72% of solar modules, 67% of polysilicon and 97% of all silicon wafers used in solar cells is in China. REC's products will also free a part of the supply chain for the Jamnagar gigafactories from its dependence on China. The deal also ups the stake for Gautam Adani, who had announced his own green energy plans recently.
Over the next 10 years, we'll invest over $20 billion across renewable energy generation, component manufacturing, transmission and distribution.
Reliance has already announced plans to generate 100 gigawatts of green energy by 2030. Given the investments going into the sector, both private and public, and the tariffs which are much lower than either hydro or thermal, the figure could be achieved much earlier and help India get weaned away from environmental dirty coal. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
Now the country has been gripped by reports of an acute coal supply crisis that threatens to cripple power supply to households and industries in the weeks ahead. The crisis does seem real. Over 50 large thermal power plants, accounting for around half of India's coal power capacity, had 0 to 3 days of coal stocks, despite the central government guidelines that call for a 14-day stock of coal at power plants. How did we come to this point and what can be done? Here's the story.
The fear of lights going out across India due to a shortage in coal supplies has reached a crescendo. So much so that Home Minister Amit Shah met with Coal Minister Prahlad Joshi and Power Minister R.K. Singh to review the situation. This is in the backdrop of a record supplies of 255 million tons coal to power plants by Coal India this year. Overall power generation too has risen, with the month of September recording 9.34% increase over the same month in 2019. According to the Coal Ministry, coal supplies to the power sector in the first half of the year was highest ever. PSU giant Coal India has over 400 lakh tons, which is being supplied to power plants. Figures also reveal that while the daily average coal demand at power plants is 18.5 lakh tons per day, they are being supplied with around 17.5 lakh tons per day. The gap is because of extended rains, which disrupted dispatches. However, coal is supplied to power plants daily that covers their needs. As economic activity improves, Coal India is augmenting supplies rapidly and is expected to provide 1.6 million tons by Wednesday. On its part, the Power Ministry has also repeatedly clarified that coal supplies to states have increased. This after 11.71% decline in thermal power generation this September over the month of August.
We are supplying power in whatever quantity, whichever state wants. If any state wants any more power, we can supply that. I assure everybody that there is sufficient power and there will be sufficient power to meet the entire demand. That we have taken care of. So if any state has any problem, let them get in touch with me, we will sort it out.
Amid conflicting reports of rising demand and low coal stocks, states have been purchasing around 264.5 million units of power from the spot market exchanges, where electricity prices have risen from around 4.6 rupees per unit in mid-September to about 16.42 rupees per unit as of Monday. This puts distribution companies in a spot and could increase financial woes for the suppliers and buyers. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.